Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Ram Rebel HD. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have the standard output Cummins, which is a 6.7 liter turbo diesel inline 6 that produces 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. It goes through a 6-speed automatic. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this is where you guys can see this one's finished in Patriot Blue, which is a really cool color. We've got cab lights there at the top. We've got the venting that's part of the Rebel package as well. And then popping down below, this has the same headlights and grille as the Ram Power Wagon, which is really cool. And you guys can see the fog lights here on the bumper. Now, one of the big differences with this bumper, as you guys can see, we've got some air dam action there at the bottom compared to the Power Wagon, which I'm pretty sure doesn't. But anyways, putting it all together, it has a cool, aggressive off-road truck appearance. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285/60/20 in the front and over in the rear. And I like how the wheels have the silver mixed with the blacked out elements. I think that looks really sharp. And then we do have Bilstein shocks with this. You can see that in blue right there. And then notice the fender flare, just like what you have on the Power Wagon. And then you got your Cummins badge, the Ram logo, and then we've got the two-tone paint job here, so black on the bottom. And then you have this little kind of like rock rail protection there on this side as well. And then being a 2500, this does have the multi-link setup in the back. But anyways, putting it all together, here's your full side view with the Rebel. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the drop down for the tailgate remote start, and then the Ram logo there on the back as well. Now taking a look at the bed, you guys can see we've got protection here from the factory. We also have an outlet. We've got LED bed lights in here as well. 6.5 foot box for those of you that are wondering. And lifting this up, pretty dang light. Got the Ram logo there on the back. You can see Rebel down below. And then look at the taillight, how it's like blacked out in the center. And then you guys can see with the bumper here, all blacked out parking sensors as well. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the overall design here on the Rebel. Now taking a look at the door panel, you can see this one has the limited interior, so really nice soft touch trim here with the stitching, same thing down below, and then I like this trim that goes across. And then we got the nicer leather seats here. You can see a little bit of that cowhide texture perforated down the center portion. We do have under seat storage with this, and then being a crew cab, it does have ice buckets. Legroom in the back's really good. We have a little storage pocket, got some cup holders here, and then I like that trim again. Vents on either side. We also have heated seats, USBs, full outlet, and then headroom. It's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel again, you guys can see with the soft touch trim here, and then look at that up above. All of our window controls, front two are automatic. Mirror adjustments, and the mirrors do power fold in. We also have this for the mirror lights, and then you can see to extend out the mirrors and then to adjust the convex mirror. And then you've got your memory seat function, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And while we're in this area, payload capacity with this truck, 1,683 pounds. And then taking a look at the seats, you can see Rebel there, perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments on the side. And you got that for the cargo outlet. We've got our light controls here, fog light, cargo light there. Soft touch trim, which is nice. Pedal adjustment here, and then you guys can see for the steering wheel adjustment. I guess you guys get away with me. It's not gonna be too long. Wait for it, wait for it. There we go. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. Notice perforated on either side. We also have the radio controls on the back, cruise control as well. We got controls for the center stack, phone controls. You get your gear limiter on top of all of that. And then you can see the regular turn signal windshield wiper stock. And then of course we got a column shifter with this as well. Full digital gauge cluster here, and we can scroll through to see different bits of info on the truck. And I like the fact we can go from analog to digital with like the gauge cluster format. Kind of a cool thing. In reverse, we do have a backup camera here with trajectory lines. Got the zoom function there with the camera as well. Good resolution. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, we'll actually turn it off so you guys can see analog climb controls on either side, radio controls as well, parking sensor controls at the bottom with our tow haul mode, diesel exhaust brake, trailer brake controls, and then turning the screen back on. shortcut bar here at the bottom. You can see it does take a second for some of the pages to load up, like the nav screen. But overall it's easy to use, and then this does come with heated and ventilated seats as well as a heated steering wheel. We've got our 2-speed transfer case controls right here. We also have hill descent control and an axle lock for the rear. And then we got some USBs here. Slidey center console, that's what I like to call it. Full power outlet there at the bottom. And yeah, good storage space overall. It says Rebel here on the top, which is really cool. And again, flips up. And then speaking of materials, you guys can see here on the dash with all the soft touch speaker with Harman Kardon sound system. And then we got the double glove box. Notice it says Rebel there on the outside of it. And then last but not least, we do have a power sliding rear window with this truck as well. Now taking a look at the window sticker, you guys can see base price, and then after all options on this particular truck, total MSRP is $93,060. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, just do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off in the diesel Rebel. They also have a green one. I think it's called olive green. I might be wrong on that, but it's green. Regardless, it's green. It's cool looking. But I picked out the Patriot Blue because I don't think I've ever seen a... I know they exist, but I don't think I've ever seen a Rebel or a Power Wagon Patriot Blue before. So, I don't know. I thought it would be cool to put it up on the YouTubes. But seat comfort's good right off the bat. And turning radius, you know, even though this has solid axles and everything, isn't... it's not too terrible. It's definitely a big beast though. But actually getting up and moving, let's see what the compression's like kind of over this little dip. Too shabby, not too shabby. Diesel's nice and smooth. It's got great torque. It seems, I mean, we're not going super quick, but it seems pretty comfortable so far. I will say you do have a pretty, you know, like king of the road type feel with the driving position. It's a big beast. That is for sure. And this diesel in front of me smells so bad, so that's why we got to do the recirculate, so you don't have to smell the F350 anymore. But looks like we can finally get up and move for real. Yeah, gotta love the torque with this. Okay, gonna punch it. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I mean, that moves. That moves. So, to sum things up here with the Rebel HD, I think it's a cool truck. I think it looks really cool. I think it drives well. Do get a little bit of HD bumpiness though, but this is not bad. I mean, especially when you compare it to, you know, the other HD trucks with leaf springs. This stays a bit more planted, but as I was saying, it's comfortable. It drives well. The only thing is, man, I just don't know what Ram can do to, because the you know, the coil suspension, it's great for ride comfort, it's great for off-road flex and everything, but man, it doesn't allow for a lot of payload. I don't know what Ram could do to, you know, beef up the payload with this truck, because 1,600 pounds, it's just not going to cut it. Yeah, it's, yeah, 1,600 pounds, it's so small. I mean, that's a half-ton truck territory. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the Rebel HD. Overall, I think it's a really cool truck. I think it looks cool. I think it drives well. Love the powertrain. Just, Yeah, it needs more payload. Needs more payload.